for joining us today, October the 13th, the weekend edition, the turkey edition on Canadian bacon stocks. Got a lot of information today, so I'm gonna move through here very quickly for you. Starting with Bitcoin, as you can see on your screen here, Bitcoin's been, sawing up and down this week, and it's been great. And I'll show you some details with regards to some Bitcoin transactions through the Canadian markets. So we'll move right into financials. Today's overview will also deal with mostly 99% Canadian stocks that you should put down on your watch list. Consider them, watch them for a little while. I'm going to show you some of the margins that Canadian bacon stocks picked up on in the last 30 days. Today's news and the top stories didn't really see anything outstanding for October the 13th, 2:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tesla's Robo Taxi event unveils a $30,000 cybercab with no steering wheel. Other noteworthy news this week for the weekend: SPX and S&P 500 retreats from the all-time high, but stays above record 50 trillion. Moving down, markets in the economy. Look at today seems to be focused a little bit on the China markets, which influence us in North America. Something you should always consider. Just do a little overview on your news. China food prices rise the most in 20 months. Another one, China inflation hits 3-month low. Another one up here, China car sales fall 1.7% in September. And last but not least, China prices fall the most in 6 months. That's China producer. Prices fall the most in 6 months. That's interesting. Moving down in the world news, I didn't really see anything terrifically outstanding in the world markets for October the 13th, being Sunday. Corporate activity, insider trading. This was a Bath and Body Works CEO Gina Boswell buys 6,000 shares. AutoZone selling 13K. This is a corporate activity, sometimes very interesting to watch, to see what's going on with particular stocks and companies, of course. I don't see anything really outstanding and no volume of sell-offs. GameStop Corp sells 11,000 shares. Netflix, Leslie Kilgore sells some shares, doesn't disclose how much. And that's about it on that report. Analysis. This was interesting. Tesla leaves Uber plenty of road, heard on the street, right? And that moves us over to Tesla again. Tesla plays a familiar song, Robot Cars Are Coming. So that's interesting. Top providers in the news categories, Reuters. Nothing really too outstanding to mention today. I did have an item that I'll bring up at the end of the show with regards to SpaceX launches its fifth Starship test. That was interesting over there. Yeah, SpaceX catches giant Starship booster in fifth flight test. That's interesting. Moving on to our heat map that occurred for Friday, October the 11th. I was mentioning to you on my last podcast, Tesla. Oof, look at Tesla. Tesla's down for the day on the Friday, $20.97. This is US. I'll be showing you the Canadian version of Tesla in a moment. And that's what we're looking for, a Tesla. That was a bad one for Friday. If you look at Tesla, that's its nature. That's its personality. But I was raving about Uber, Ooby Dooby Doo. And I mentioned that on Friday. Look at it, even moved up more to 10.81%. This is US. I'm looking for a derivative, something to fall off on the Uber for a Canadian. But just to look at something on your watch list, $86.34, up $8.42 for the day. Just incredible. That's Uber. Uber dooby doo. And moving on, that's our stock screener for the day. Amazon, as I mentioned to you, ended up fairly good. And I think Google and Meta came out in the green. So a fairly good looking chart for Friday. Finance was way up. Everything was healthy in that division. Health services good. As I mentioned to you over in electronic technology, AMD, and we'll cover AMD today, and NVIDIA. That moves us over to the economic calendar for the week beginning the 14th to the 20th of October. Looks like on Tuesday in Canada, this is all Canadian information today. Core inflation rate will be on the agenda. Inflation rate and wholesale sales. Moving over to Wednesday, housing starts will be on the agenda. Manufacturing sales and new motor vehicle sales. Those are all interesting and something to keep an eye on if you hold stocks in these areas. Thursday, another day, foreign securities and the 10-year bond auction. That's about it for the economic calendar for Canada, ending Friday, October the 18th. Moving onwards to our watch list for Canadian bacon stocks. Hot, hot, hot. Oh my goodness. I know it's a turkey weekend, gobble, 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 but we are sizzling the bacon last week. I don't see your analyst ratings. These are my Canadian stocks that I trade habitually. Got a lot of strong buys. Look at, see if I'm not wrong. Look at, you got buy, 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 strong buy, ARC Resources, Pan American Silver, Celestica, Galaxy Digital Holdings. We're going to cover them today. Athabasca Oil, you go strong buy for Maple Leaf Foods. The list goes on and on. These are all my big hit. These are all my hit parade, top 40 hits, I guess, and more. And Psychologist and Hive Digital. That's another one I'll be covering today. But these are all on my watch list. And as you can see on the right, they're all strong buys. They speak for themselves, other than the regular goers of Apple, NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Alphabet. They're up and down this week, but generally they're heavy hitters. That's my Canadian watch list. You saw a lot of strong buys. If you can freeze the frame, you may want to jot a few of those down for your Canadian watch list. Moving in, today's focus was Bitcoin. So these are a couple of Canadian availabilities for you for purchasing stock. Hut 8 Corp is one, trading at $16.13. Friday, hey, up 5.42%, 83 cents. Let's look. 5 years, it's up 44.02%. Let's look at the logistics of Hut 8. Once again, Hut 8 operates as a Bitcoin miner that focuses on mining. It provides digital asset mining, hosting, and managed infrastructure operation services. So let's move down. I could just talk and talk and talk, but let's let the computer do and the AI give you the information, which is analyst rating is showing, and it's active right now, a strong buy. And technical supports show us it's a buy too. So that's interesting. And once again, that's something to look at. Up and down, seesaw, but keep your eyes open. Maybe something to consider. Hut 8 Corp. Next one. It's not. It's not Bitcoin. JP Morgan, and I didn't show you that on the heat map. JP Morgan moved up 4.23% on Friday, $1.20, trading at $29.57 for JP Morgan. Oh, Shazam! Look at 1 year. In 1 year, it's up 50.64%. Not bad at all. Of course, you can get other heavy hitters, but this is something just to put in your watch list on a portfolio. JP Morgan, the CAD hedge, as I mentioned to you before, 5 years at 31.54%. Very nice. Bank of America. I know we're going to get back to the Bitcoin items in just a moment, but Bank of America is one that's been very active. Look at this, up $1.06. at 5.08%, trading Canadian $21.91. Shazam. The banks had a little problem a little while ago. So 5 year and all times not so great. But look at this 1 year. 1 year at up 53.22% year to date, trading at 21.91. Bank of America, it's getting healthier, moving up as you can see, getting healthier and healthier, but year over year, excellent. AMD, not Bitcoin again. AMD, 31.94 Canadian, up 69 cents for the day, 2.21%. Oh my gosh. This is a Canadian CAD hedged, and look at 52.17% year over year. Look at that. Year to date, 14, and over 1 year, 52.17. Another one I put on my thing. These are all, and this is on the SIBO, okay? AMD on the SIBO Canada. These are all stocks that I actively trade and watch on my watch list. Amazon.com, CDR, up 20 cents for the day. Another one, I spoke on Friday, 22.54 Canadian. It's on the SIBO. Oh, look at this. Over 1 year, it's up 40.87%. That's not a hag. Pretty good. Not bad for Amazon. Galaxy Digital Holding, that's my number one transacting stock these days for the last for quite some time. Look at this. Galaxy Digital. Let's see Galaxy Digital. What do they do? Galaxy Digital Holdings is a financial services and an investment management company which engages in the digital asset, cryptocurrency, and blockchain technology sectors. Really strong. Look at this. Let's go down to their charts and their analyst rating. Shoo, shazam! Bada bing, bada boom. Strong buy, strong buy. Fluctuating high, even to the end of the chart. I've been seeing since this morning at around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Strong buy in the technicals too. So it speaks for itself. In the Galaxy Digital Holdings, $1.33. I got out early on Friday. I should have punched myself in the face, but it's up $1.33, up 7.51% for the day, trading at 1903 at the end of the trading day of October the 11th. That's one to jot down. Okay, this moves in sync with the Bitcoin, Solana, other ones BNB, quite a few of them Bitcoin Cash, and they should have been paired, but AMD and Nvidia. This is Canadian $31.58. Now this is the craziness of Nvidia buying this Canadian stock on the SIBO. 5 years up 445.66%. 1 year, just 1 year, up 183.67%. If you had this stock all time, it's up 445.66%. Nvidia. And it doesn't look like the roofs. This is going through the roof. This keeps going. Last but not least on my chart is Hive Digital Technologies. Hive is interesting. Look at this, 5 years, up 313.33%. 5 years. 1 year, not so much. It's kind of flattened out. All time, 171.25%. Now you can go down a lot of rabbit holes and end up here, but this is just what I general overlay to give you some information so you can diversify your portfolio, from just regular stocks that I've showed you and move over to crypto. Remember, the crypto market is sometimes isolated in the actions from the TSX or the New York Stock Exchange. Sometimes it's isolated. So what you see take a dive down there because of market conditions in the United States, crypto doesn't get affected. Also, crypto's trading right now as we speak. So it's a great stock for a gap up, gap down too. So as I mentioned on Friday's show, it's not for the faint of heart. Hey, you have nerves of steel for trading this. If you're looking for volatility and volume, you got everything. You got quite the stock to look at, and that's high technology. It's got some volume, volatility. It's only $4 a share. Brings us back to Bitcoin and our closing statements today. The markets looked very strong this week. That was the S&P. The S&P, oh, shazam! Look at that, eh? Uh, as of Friday, it jumped. Oh, I don't know the percentages, but it was a very healthy jump on Friday, as you probably know. And the QQQ looking strong. Looking for Tuesday. Jot some of those stocks down. I'm uncertain. I'm holding back. I'm just going to wait and see, look and leap, kind of thing. I hope everybody's having a great long weekend. I hope some of the information I've given to you is useful in respects to Canadian trading. Thanks for joining us today at Canadian Bacon Stocks. Sizzling your stock portfolio. Sizzles. Have a nice day. Thanks for joining.